The following commentary is for entertainment purposes only. The opinions shared aren't personal, often said in jest, and have no merit in the real lives of the cast members. With that being said, let's binge, let's banter, and most importantly, let's move on. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie, for those who don't know me, reviewing The Circle, Season 7, Episodes 1 and 2. Only 1 and 2. No spoilers, thank you very much. If you're unsure of what happened in episodes 1 and 2, watch the video. Thank you. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. So I didn't get a chance to do my first impressions, but I'm just gonna do it very quickly. Now, I'm gonna run through everybody, not in the order of when they came in, just everybody, okay? We're gonna start off with Savannah. Savannah is 22 from Texarkana, Texas. Savannah and her adorable dog Samson have one strategy to win the circle: overshare. This recent college grad is looking to forge genuine connections in the game and bond over her past health struggles with the other players. 3 years ago, Savannah underwent surgery to remove a brain tumor, and now she's cherishing everything that life has to offer. Next is Heather. Heather is 26 from Nashville, Tennessee. As a VIP tour manager for rock and metal bands, Heather knows all about striking the right chord, and that's why she's playing the game as someone else. She's choosing to enter the circle as Andy, a studly bass player and her former fling who friend-zoned her. But she isn't holding on to any hard feelings because music and $100,000 cash prize is the way to her heart. Next is Kevin. Kevin is 23 from San Diego. If Kevin, aka K-Fern, had to describe himself, it would be the life of the party. This wine and alcohol sales rep knows how to turn up and have a good time. But don't be fooled by his easygoing attitude and killer smile, because he's all about closing the deal. Kevin plans on using his cutthroat professional instincts to convince everybody in the game that he's the top dog. Then we have Darian. Darian is 29 from Houston. This single Southern gentleman is coming into the circle as himself and hoping to charm the virtual pants off the competition. But should drama come knocking on his apartment door, he's more than prepared to handle it, as Darian navigates conflict daily in the classroom as a middle school teacher. Next is Deb. Deb is 54 from Pittsburgh. Deb is turning back the clock in the circle by entering the experiment as 26-year-old catfish named Rachel. Working in higher education and spending her days on college campuses gives this mother insight into the minds of young people today. But will she be able to bring the Riz, oh gosh, and convince the rest of the players that she's Gen Z material? Next is Jadeja. She's 24 from Houston. Oh, they're both from Houston. Ew. Jadeja is a cybersecurity expert who knows people have a tendency to underestimate her, and she's planning on using that to her advantage in the game. And since protecting virtual systems is her day job, there might be no one better equipped in the circle chat to suss out the catfish lurking behind the scene. Nikki and JoJo are next. They are 24 from Staten Island, New York. Meet the Scarlotta twins, aka Nikki and JoJo, the latest siblings to enter the circle as the 2-for-1 package deal. These construction workers refuse to spend any time apart, so they're bringing double the energy and Staten Island pride to the game, where they'll play as Nikki's girlfriend, Gianna. So that is the cast so far. Jumping straight in, the first chat included Deb, playing as Rachel, Kevin, the twins, playing as Gianna, and Darian.
Rachel got the party started. I'm so stoked.
So stoked to be here? Stoked?
Stoked is 100% a Cali word. We definitely gotta have him on our radar.
Gianna, I'm freaking out that you are from Staten Island.
Rachel could be literally potentially our biggest ally.
100%.
We're bonding, baby. Gianna is definitely from Staten Island.
I've never been to Staten Island, so this is, I don't know.
Who is Ralph? What are these things?
If you ask me, I know that Rachel, Deb, we're just going to refer to her as Rachel, has kids and works on a college campus, but immediately she's giving catfish, but an older catfish. I don't think she's going to fare well in this process. I don't know if she understands the lingo as much as she thinks that she does. So yeah, I already see her struggling. The good thing for her is she's connecting right away with Gianna, aka the twins, they're all from Staten Island, if I'm not mistaken. Why did they make it a point to connect in this first chat? I felt like that was not a good strategy. It already looks like they have an alliance forming. They could have taken note, like the twins could have taken note, like, oh, Staten Island, okay, connect. We'll have a conversation afterwards instead of trying to have a little side convo in the presence of other people. That is never a good look. The next round of chats happen where Heather, who is playing as Andy, just going to refer to her as Andy, Savannah and Jadeja join the circle, and this is where the alliances are starting to form.
Damn, she look fine as hell. Oh my God.
The party is here with the clink clinks. When the sun rises, I'm ready to drink tequila.
IDK about you guys, but I could definitely go for a shot of tequila right now. Emoji.
That's what I'm talking about. So there go another brother of tequila, a lover of tequila.
Long Island iced tea, exclamation mark. I like my drinks how I like my nights.
I actually don't know what that means. Hashtag LIITAF.
You haven't lived until you've had a New York espresso martini.
Those are actually good. I have had those.
I feel like people who drink espresso martinis are like middle-aged women.
I couldn't help but notice that everybody is single. So I'm wondering, is flirting going to be the gameplay this season? I know the last season they were deliberately choosing single people or people who were going to play as single to make it like a romantic season. That doesn't work for me, especially because the romance doesn't even go anywhere. I don't think I've seen like a true showmance go from the beginning to the end. Like flirting is a good gameplay, but is that what I want the season to be about? No. So I was watching this waiting for the twist. I actually do like the twist that they added. Last season was good with the AI, but this season's twist is an interesting take. They play a game called Risky Quizness where you're basically just trying to suss out who would do the risky thing. Everyone but Jadeja would send a nude photo. Everyone but Jadeja would join the Mile High Club. Everyone but Darian would jump into a cold lake to save a dog, and no one but Darian would read their partner's texts. Now, this is where people are starting to look at Darian a little bit sideways. The first two, they're kind of like personal riskiness, but the other two involve other people. Like, how far would you put yourself on the line for certain things? Like saving the dog. We know how people feel about their dogs, child. Would I jump into a cold lake to save a dog? Not if other people were around. I'm gonna be completely honest. If somebody else can do it, they can go and do it. If I'm the only one, I guess I'll have to. Okay. And then the reading the text thing, it kind of gives like you have trust issues, or maybe you're manipulative. I don't know. Darian, I got my eyes on you too. I really do. So they start to have private chats, and Gianna and Rachel are definitely going to connect.
Don't you bullshit me, Rachel.
Yeah, we have very good feeling about you.
Port Richmond.
Port Richmond? It's the original location in Port Richmond. That's the high school her mother went to. Wow.
My uncle still coaches the football team. What if our moms knew each other growing up? We are totally besties.
I love her.
Just when we think you can't get more lovable.
If she screws us over, I'm gonna literally cry. Yeah.
I'd literally have a breakdown.
Yeah.
So here's my take on the twins. I think they're very excited, which is great. But if you're seen as somebody who's a little bit too eager, a little bit too excited to align with a lot of people, if you seem compulsive, if you seem irrational, very emotional, I don't know if people would want to align with you. And we see that later on. And then they align themselves with Rachel, who kind of has the same personality, just very excited, very out there. I don't know how these two are going to fare in the game. It's good that they have found each other and they have made a bond with each other, but show yourself as an asset to other people. And they already made that connection in the group chat. So you already have that solidified. Work on your other connections. We didn't see them communicate with a lot of other people, and I would assume that's probably the case. Darren is obviously, is it Darren or Darian? Darian is obviously off to a rough start because of the Risky Quizness game. So he's trying to make amends with a few people by including Kevin and Andy in a private chat.
Bro, my opinion changed on you.
Maybe he has something to say that's gonna change my mind about him.
I don't know how to swim.
Oh, he saved his ass there.
Good excuse, because if you don't know how to swim, then you're not gonna be able to save a dog.
I'm more shocked that Jadeja wouldn't send a nude photo. Ow! I feel like Jadeja is really just playing it safe.
Because she's the good girl.
I caught the same vibe from Jadeja.
I think Darian did a good job in saving himself. Listen, if somebody can't swim, what do you want them to do? So they die and the dog dies? Doesn't make sense, you know? So I think that he did save himself there. But if this man is trying to have a showmance with Jadeja, why the hell would he add any suspicion to anybody else regarding her? Why would he do that? Why would he plant seeds of doubt regarding Jadeja, knowing that he wants to partner up with Jadeja? So watching back as I edit, I see that he was actually trying to have her back by saying she probably wouldn't send a nude photo because she is just a good girl. In my opinion, though, I feel like it could go either way. People could say, oh, okay, maybe she's not a prude or whatever. She's just, you know, the good girl. Or people could say, well, is she fronting as a good girl? Is she putting on a facade so that people don't suspect her or whatever? I think it could go either way. I misinterpreted it in this video, but I still think it wasn't the best move for Darian. You want a guy's thing, okay, successful. Make sure they like your girl. And it's not like he threw her completely under the bus or anything, but to give them the impression that maybe she was saving face in the game, it doesn't help her. That hurts her more than it does help her. So I was like, good job saving yourself, bad job saving your potential alliance. They get notified that they are going to do ratings, but before I get into that, Rachel wants to connect with Savannah. Now, unbeknownst to Rachel, Savannah has rated her the lowest. She doesn't know that, obviously, so she wants to connect on, you know, a girl's girl level.
I think she and Rachel will very likely hit it off.
Oh my God. I literally voted her last place, and now I feel like a terrible human being.
Interested in finding out more about you and what hashtag brain surgery queen means.
Oh, wait. Okay, that's cute. And this is exactly what I wanted. Recovery was hard, but I got some brand new hair extensions out of it.
My oldest son passed away at 22. I just think about Savannah's parents. I'm just so glad she's here and her parents have her.
I love that despite what happened to you, you've kept your sense of humor. Those extensions are fab. I really do like you. I just kind of thought you were too good to be true.
I think Savannah by far has the best gameplay coming into this. So she has the cutesy girl. Oh, look at me. I'm just a girly. I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl. She's young. She can play into kind of being like ditzy or naive. She also says she's coming in to overshare to throw off the scent that she's a catfish. I still don't know why the circle, like the players want to make it seem like hunting catfish is the name of the game. I honestly don't care. I don't think if somebody's a catfish, they should be kicked out. Like, irrelevant. But anyways, she's trying to debunk any of those rumors. And then she alluded in her little bio that there's something more to her regarding her health, which would prompt somebody to ask questions. And Rachel did exactly that. I would assume people coming into the circle wouldn't lie about something like that. So other players are probably thinking the same thing. It garners sympathy. It builds trust. It debunks rumors of being a catfish. Like, Savannah is playing it perfectly. Really good job. Now, I don't know if Rachel is who you want to align with, but even Savannah doesn't even know if Rachel is who she wants to align with. But it's good to have somebody in your pocket. And I think Rachel is now in Savannah's pocket. So going on to the rating results. 7th is Gianna. 6th is Rachel. 5th is Darian. 4th is Kevin. 3rd is Jadeja. 2nd is Savannah. And 1st is Andy. Now, I was expecting Andy to be the top. I do think that Andy has a relatability, even though he might not look like somebody who relates to a lot of people, like on the surface level. I think the way that, what's her name? I forget her real name, but the way that she's playing Andy, Heather. The way that Heather is playing Andy is like, I might look hard on the surface, but I'm very soft on the inside. Like, I'm very empathetic. I'll be like a big brother. I can understand why Andy is first. Gianna and Rachel being last, especially after Darian's answers, that kind of threw me off. But it proves the point to me that Gianna and Rachel haven't made an effort with other people. And they expose themselves in the chat. You're already showing loyalty to people without giving others a chance. Why would they vote you high? You're obviously going to be last. They're not happy about it, but you should have played it better in the group chat. So Andy and Savannah get sent to the hangout. Immediately, they rule out Darian from the chopping block and Rachel? Yes. So they settle on potentially blocking Jadeja and Gianna. Now, while this is happening, we get to know what the twist of the season is, and it is the Disruptor. The rest of the players get an alert that one of them will have a chance to impact the game potentially positively or negatively. You're not going to know until after you activate Disruptor mode.
No.
The Disruptor is immune from tonight's blocking.
What? Yeah! Yes! Yes!
Gianna, of course. Of freaking course. This is all gonna come bite me in the ass.
So now she's gonna hate us.
Now we're definitely not looking good. All eyes are on Andy now.
What could you do, Andy?
Come on,
You'll do
baby.
Nothing.
I look like the bad guy. Sick.
I love this twist. I love it. I think this should be part of the circle going forward. It reminds me of, for those who watch Survivor, it reminds me of Shot in the Dark. Because if you feel like you're on the chopping block, activate your Shot in the Dark, which doesn't actually guarantee you that you'll stay in the game, but it gives you a good chance in case you're already on your way out anyways. They take your vote when you play your Shot in the Dark. I don't know why I'm now talking about Survivor, but in the circle, it's not always going to be a positive thing to activate Disruptor mode. So in this case, it did work in Gianna's favor. She's now immune from being blocked. She now knows who her ops are, which is good, and has a second chance to rectify the game. Obviously, you see who the popular people are now. You see who you need to schmooze up to. But I'm not gonna lie, even in episode 2, I didn't see Gianna make an effort with the people who were popular. Yeah, maybe they didn't learn. Maybe the twins didn't learn. They need to stop chilling with each other and start building connections with the people in the circle. Since Andy took charge in the blocking, he obviously needs to do some damage control with Gianna and is trying to explain why they chose to block Gianna.
I'm sure you're a little upset.
More like a lot upset.
I don't like that message.
We drop our guard, we let Andy in, and he still ranks us 7th again. Or he could just be telling us some bullshit to throw us off even more.
Yes, comma, I would love an explanation.
You couldn't have been completely thrown off guard because you were ranked last.
But on day 1, if you're an influencer, it's such a hard decision.
It is.
We made the decision that we felt would ruffle the fewest amount of feathers.
I believe in second chances, comma. I just hope you give me my first chance.
I honestly thought Gianna was gonna react more defensively. I was surprised. I think they know the position that they're in right now. And so being emotional was not going to help them, was going to hurt more than anything. So they just decided to come from a place of understanding. And I think that any influencer would have reacted the same way. It's the first blocking. You were voted last. Seemingly, you are last on most people's list. It would cause the least amount of waves, you know? Nobody's really aligned with anybody. Gianna hasn't made an effort with anybody outside of Rachel. It just makes sense. So I think they are trying to climb back up in the rankings, but they also understand the position that Andy and Savannah were in. So good on Gianna. I didn't expect them to be so even keel, but they were. Then we have a few conversations, some flirty conversations. Honestly, I feel like they didn't add anything to the game. We have Darian and Jadeja who work on their flirtmance, and then Kevin and Savannah who start to flirt as well. It's obvious that the two couples individually are going to start forming an alliance or whatever. Again, I don't really see romantic, unless I just don't remember. I don't really see romantic couples join forces at the beginning and just steamroll to the end like that. The only thing that I can think of is, the girl who was deaf. I don't remember her name. And the Nigerian guy, I don't remember his name either, but this was like 2 seasons ago. The Nigerian guy who was on like every show, he was on America's Got Talent, he was on Big Brother Nigeria, like he was everywhere. But maybe they were a successful showmance. Anyways, I don't like the theme being, let's just do romantic stuff. No, man, let's go into strategy. Let's do some strategic gameplay here, please. And thank you. The last two players to join in this episode are Garrett and Madeline. Listen, I know Madeline said she's an OnlyFans model, and I don't know her from OnlyFans, but this girl looks really familiar.
My name is Madeline. I'm 25. I'm not just another pretty face, but I can also use that pretty face as an advantage.
Hashtag down to get dirty.
My name's Garrett. I'm 29 and I live in West Hollywood, California. I catfished as a straight man until I was 21. I'm coming into the circle as myself because I'm done catfishing.
Now that the two new players are in the game, they get to watch the OG players play, what's the game called? Throwback Thirsty. The other people don't know that they are here yet. They will show up at the end. So in this game, Jadeja was first. I personally thought the picture could have been a little bit more flirty because just being in a bikini is not posting a thirst trap, but she looked fine as hell regardless. Darian's photo was giving the same energy just in his swimwear. He looked good, but to me, it wasn't a thirst trap. Rachel did not understand the assignment at all, and it's starting to set off some alarms for some of the players. Gianna, this was a thirst trap. In my opinion, this was a thirst trap, and it was received well by the other players. Kevin's was very stale. Very stale. I don't know. I think his personality too is the type to not even have thirst traps in his photo album. So fine. I understand that. Savannah had the best thirst trap of them all, in my opinion. Yes, she's in a bikini, but she's in a flirty pose. And she's giving it in her face too. That's seduction. Yes, Savannah. You killed it, girl. Andy is also giving catfish. There was nothing thirsty about this. It's a nice picture, but it's not thirsty. Then we get the last two players who get involved in the thirst trap game.
What the hell? Who the hell is Garrett? Whoa, this Speedo! Oh my God, Garrett!
Wait a minute, that's too much too soon, Garrett.
What?
Whoa!
What? That means there's 9 of us now. 10 heart eye emojis and 6 fire emojis. I wonder if Kevin's gonna try to make me jealous. As long as he gave me the most, I'm not worried.
In my opinion, the best thirst traps were Savannah and Garrett. They were both in swimwear, but it was giving lust. It was giving thirst. It was giving seduction. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Honorable mention, Gianna. It was a nice little dominatrix outfit, but Savannah and Garrett, y'all killed it. The episode ends with the option to disrupt being given yet again, and 3 players want to take the opportunity. It was Kevin, Darian, and Deb. No, she's not playing as Deb, Rachel. Kevin is the one who actually won, but this time, the rules are a little bit different.
Tonight, there is a welcome party. You may invite 2 more guests to the party.
The Disruptor is Kevin.
Okay.
Who you gonna invite to the party? Kevin.
Oh, we're not getting invited.
Darian. Yay.
Let's fucking go!
Again, I like the fact that the option to disrupt is sometimes good and sometimes bad. This time, it actually worked in Kevin's favor, besides the fact that it was exposed that he was the disruptor. So everyone expected he would pick his little circle girlfriend, Savannah, but he didn't. His excuse is that they're in a good place. We'll see if she feels the same. I think it was an overall good move by Kevin because you're creating bonds with other people that haven't yet been established, which is what I wish Gianna did at the beginning. She probably wouldn't have been at the bottom if she was working on building other connections that haven't had that chance to build yet. There is a blocking coming up soon, so I would assume the people who aren't in the welcome party are feeling a little bit on edge. They should. They haven't gotten a chance to know the new people. They don't know what the new people have been told. So yeah, I'm intrigued to see where the vote is gonna go. I do still suspect that Gianna and Rachel will likely be near the bottom. Maybe Rachel will be at the bottom. Don't tell me in the comments below. Don't tell me. I haven't watched it yet. And some people haven't watched it yet either. So please don't do that. But yeah, I'm intrigued to see where the season will go. I'm not as excited as I was in the last season, but I'll give it some grace. It might pick up in the next few episodes. So that's all I got for you guys today. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.